You're always in the car. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Well, our carpool pickup, we have to be there at 2:30, so I just go ahead and get online and sit in carpool. So otherwise, mid conversation, I have to like get off the computer to get on my phone. So I just do this.
That makes sense.
No bus for us, so.
Yeah, luckily our bus is really good, but next year, not so much. So next year will be a whole new ball game for me. So, because Roby goes to middle school, and I don't know. Middle school bus, I feel like that's where all the bad kids hang out.
Ours is so expensive. I only live 1 mile from school, and it's $500. I can't justify it. So.
Wait, your school bus costs you money?
Yeah, because we go to private school, so it's $500.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm like, no.
Yeah, our public schools, we pay a lot of taxes for that, I guess.
Yeah,
so
I do too. But I don't like them.
I understand.
You guys have better schools than us. Ours aren't that good.
Yeah, we're pretty lucky with that. Just the state of Illinois doesn't pay our teachers, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we'll go ahead and get started here today. Thanks so much for being on live. For those of you that are here and those of you who are watching the recording, thanks so much for taking time out of your day to watch it. We really appreciate it, and we hope that you find these valuable. And as always, all the people that are on the call and your upline sponsors are all open to hearing from you. If there's something that you'd like to have addressed or a topic you'd like to cover, please make sure that you reach out to us, because these are geared towards you. And so if you don't tell us what to do, then we come up with it. So with that being said, I know we have someone who's going to be reading our creed today. So we'll go ahead and go to our creed.
Okay. The Hardy's Tribe Creed. In the tribe, we lead others by building one another up through positivity. We are an honest community that is focused on family, fun, and an opportunity to serve others. We strive to make dreams a reality, and most of all, we empower others to be difference makers and share all the opportunities and gifts Wildtree can offer to others.
Great. Thank you, Maria. I appreciate you taking the time to do that. And I always love hearing that creed at the beginning because it's super short and it's sweet and it's to the point, and I think it really encompasses everything that works really well for the people in this crew and tribe. So with that being said, we'd like to start off with some good news. Is there anybody who has some good news to share, whether it is in your Wildtree world or your personal world?
I'll share. I'm going to Panama in 2 days. And for all of the representatives that are listening to this feedback or on the call now, that's an all-inclusive trip for two, my hubby and I, to the tropics of Panama that I earned from the company just for putting in the work that I do to help others, to help others realize their dream here at Wildtree, and to help others meal plan with Wildtree and come up with solutions that are going to make their lives even better. So it's pretty nice to be rewarded with that awesome treat. And yeah, we leave in a couple days with Abby. I leave with Abby and Jacqueline Kennedy. So we're really excited to go.
Woohoo! That's awesome. And I might be stepping out of my bounds here, but I personally feel like earning the trip is a huge accomplishment as well. So make sure to give yourselves a big pat on the back for earning the trip and being able to go, because it really is. It's an accomplishment, and only the top 1% in the company earn it. So while you're getting to do a trip because you just love helping people, it's also, it's a pretty big accomplishment at the same time. So congrats to you guys.
And Brooke earned it too. So she's downplaying herself right now. She earned it too.
I was being the facilitator.
I got to give you
Yes, I did earn the trip, but I will tell you that I ended up having to cash out, which is awesome for those of you who might earn the trip. You can cash out, and that is what I chose to do this year, only because it's my husband and I's 15-year anniversary, and we only get one trip a year. And the incentive trip is so much fun. It's like me and all my girlfriends and Brandon. So spending our 15-year anniversary with all my friends, we had to make a decision on how to use our babysitters. So yep, I cashed out this year. So we are going to do a 15-year anniversary trip to Tahoe, just the two of us. So I'm using that money to pay for that trip. So anybody else have good news to share? All right.
I know Abby and Amy do have good news to share. So,
All right. I did get 3 new shake buyers in the past couple days, so that's good news, I guess. Not I guess, I know. And I think I have 5 more. So my goal of 10 by the end of the month, I'm still going for it. It's going to happen. So I'm getting there. Lots of conversations. So that's good news. I have good news. I got a new team member this week. She's not on here, but I'm really, really excited about her. She's ready to rock. She's so much fun. So I'm really excited about her finally attracting the people that I want to my team. So I'm going to have another conversation with another girl on Wednesday who I've been trying to get on my team for a long time. So I think I'll have another new one this week. So that's exciting news.
That's a lot of exciting news. 2 new teammates and 3 new shake customers and 5 more on the way. Me. Way to go. Nice job, Abby.
Thanks.
All right. Who else did you say, Maria?
Amy.
She said me, but I don't know what it is.
sometimes Amy has a hard time bragging on herself, but she has. She got like 5 new shake customers. I remember she posted her chart to the tribe, and she has really been rocking it out in her super party business. She runs this super party business through Wildtree, and I just think that she should celebrate herself some more.
Well, thank you. I'm sorry. Yes, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Yeah, the shake business has picked up this month. So it's the post from last night that I posted on the page, literally those exact words, and that's been working. I mean, obviously there's some people who don't respond, but it's okay. But there's been some great response from people that I didn't expect as well. So yeah, keep pushing it along with the shakes here in our final week.
I know Maria Hayden has some good news too.
I like how Maria's throwing everyone on the spot. Way to go.
You had an amazing party on Friday night.
Yes, actually, yeah. Thank you, Maria. Yeah, it was awesome. I did a fundraiser for our school, and I actually ended up donating everything, and so I'll be able to donate close to about $300
Nice.
from the workshop on Friday. So that was huge. So thanks, Maria. And it was fun. It was just fun. So
That's awesome.
Yeah, congrats, Maria. I like that Maria Hardy was kind of pushing everyone to say something that is good, because I feel like so many times we downplay a lot of the activities that we do when we really should be successfully celebrating them. Even when it is a fundraiser, people, I think, and especially teammates who are watching this recorded, may not think of those as wins themselves, when being able to donate $300 is amazing. It's a great way to pay it forward. Having new shake customers and being able to have new teammates, all of these little things add up to be a successful business. So I think the more we celebrate our wins, the more you'll see more wins. So thank you guys so much for sharing. Anybody else have any other good news? Maria, want to call out anybody else?
Well, I see that Kendra's on here, and she hasn't said anything. I don't know whose team Kendra's on.
I'm on Brooks.
Okay.
Oh, hi, Kendra.
Hey. I'm cramming it all in today, girls. I'm driving to my next visit, and so I thought I could hop on here and catch up.
All right, nice. So Kendra just recently joined our team, and she is kind of in a new area with Wildtree. And so she has had a lot of really great things going on with her as well. In fact, she has the highest sales in our entire organization. She is number 2 in our entire org. So Kendra, I don't know if you knew that, but you are still.
I have trouble keeping up with all the little details. I feel like I'm always about 5 steps behind, but this month was really encouraging. I had one of my best customers and supporters has been kind of putting the word out there with some of her contacts, and one of her ladies that she knows that we know mutually, but she is actually better friends with her than I am, contacted me and was like, I am so excited about this Wildtree stuff and I want to place an order. And it was a very large order. So it came just in the nick of time. I was needing a little shot of encouragement. So it's always great when you come across people that get excited about good food and just everything that Wildtree has to offer. So
heck yeah. I love it. Thank you for sharing, Kendra. And I think it's really important that we have, people that are new on here too, because there are going to be those roller coaster moments where you're like, yes, everybody loves me. And, why doesn't anybody love me? And it kind of goes up and down, and it's kind of a roller coaster. So it's really important and cool that you kept going. You found your next high and can hopefully ride that momentum and keep that going. So congratulations, especially being in a new area where you're at. It's not always easy.
No, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Thank you guys so much for sharing. We are going to, Maria, do you want me to move on to some of the recognition? Perfect. So recognition right now, if we could have our leaders share if you've gotten any new teammates, 350 club, $1,000 club, any aspiring team leaders, or fast start earners, any of those recognitions that you would like to do. For me personally, to kind of start it off, I actually was going to recognize Kendra because she is number 2 in our organization for sales, and she is our newest team member. Then we also have Carrie Rockers, Lindsay Heller, Kelly McLaurin, Kara Dexmeyer, and Christine Scoville, who have all earned their business bucks this month as well.
Okay, I'll share next. So the people I'd like to recognize are Jennifer Dole, or Jen Dole, Tracy Egloff, Lori Reed, Jen Logsden, and Stephanie Sheard. They've all earned their business bucks this month, and we've got a couple of those girls close to the $1,000 club. So I have no doubt that in the next 7 days, people will get that monumental promotion as well to senior representative. I would love to welcome some new team members to our tribe personally, but I've got about 6 girls that I'm waiting to sign up in the next 2 days. So I'll welcome them all next month. We got some new rockin' people joining us here. I'm excited.
Nice. Thanks, Maria. All right, Mother Peeps on the call. Any recognition that you have for your teams?
I'll go. Like I said, I got a new want to welcome Kara Corey. She's my newest team member from last week. And she has her party order going in probably tomorrow. So that's exciting. She'll be in the 350 club and in 1 week, which is awesome. And then Stephanie Hillner is in the 350 club, and Zamara Johnson and Crystal Rupert is almost there. And that's it. We got a couple others that are close, but that's it for now. Everybody's waiting until the end of the month, making me nervous.
Nice. Thanks, Abby. All right. So we are going to move on to the meat of our call today, which we are going to be talking about webinars. And Maria is going to kind of lead us through that conversation. And we will kind of add little bits and tips and things like that along the way. So, Maria, stage is yours.
Thank you. Thank you, Brooke. And Brooke will probably interject a bit. She's so good at explaining things because she and I have worked pretty closely on this project, her more than I really, in fact. But the webinars are a tool built for all of you super busy, full-time working reps. We've heard your pleas. We know that sometimes getting out to do, 4 to 5 parties a month is just not feasible and not where you can sit comfortably in your business on a regular basis. I do want to plug that the party plan that Wildtree has built is amazing. It's a great way to foster new relationships and build a team. But we also hear that some people join Wildtree and they want to build an income and build relationships without leaving their house as well. So the webinar platform was really built with you in mind. So we really would love for the representatives here that work full-time and think that they're too busy to really take advantage of this because it's very streamlined and cut and paste and very, very easy to do in some off hours when you're at home. And those off hours might be in the early morning. Maybe you get up an hour early each day to work your Wildtree business. Maybe you decide to take your lunch and maybe work your Wildtree business. Maybe you decide to do it at night after everyone's gone to bed and you work your business from 10 to 11 at night. That's very easy to do with the online platform that we've built custom just for you. So just keep that in mind when we roll this out. Obviously, the intent is not to throw something completely new at you, and it's not going to have to be something you have to learn. It's going to be crazy hard. We've got all the words and links and everything for you to make it super easy to share Wildtree in a more online fashion with personal reach outs via text, Facebook Messenger, and email. So the first in our webinar series is our, do you want me to start with, should I start with new rep webinar?
Yeah, I usually suggest doing that. And if you want, do you want me to go through the process of like how the cycle works?
Yeah, do that.
Okay. I just got your text. So, so the way that this works, guys, is we suggest that you start with the new rep webinar. And I'm going to share my screen with you here real quick so that you can see this. Basically, the way that this works, and you can see it here on my screen, we created what's called a master folder. So you'll get access to this, and you'll look at, I want you to just first notice how simple it is. There is only 4 things in this folder. And I have to tell you that to piggyback off what Maria said, the reason we created this is for busy people. Like you heard, Abby is in the pickup line and Kendra is on the way to her next appointment. And on my personal team, I would say almost 95% of them have a side job, and the majority of them are teachers. So you're getting little pockets of time along the day. And I channeled my inner teacher whenever I was working Wildtree full-time and teaching full-time, whenever I kind of came up with the new rep webinar. That's sort of my little baby. And so the way that this works is you're going to start with the new rep webinar, and it's really great for people who are sort of relaunching as well. So any teammates, or if you are personally at a point in your business where you're like, I need to get going again, I need to pull in some more income, or I need to hit my 350 requirement, this would be a way for you to easily do that alongside the shakes. And so the new rep webinar, as you can see, is going to be every Monday and Friday. And it is only 16 to 19 minutes long. We also created a cheat sheet for it, which you'll have access to as well. So you can choose to watch the webinar, which I kind of suggest because it really gives you a visual of what it is while you're listening to the explanation. So the best way to get introduced to what we're doing is to hop on that new rep webinar and to watch it either live or recording. If you can't do that, then the other way would be to take a look at the cheat sheet. But it basically is that 16 to 19 minutes. It gets new people to create a contact list of 50 and plug them into this sales or product webinar, which you can see is second here. And that runs every single day. There is a daytime lunch hour one, and then there is an evening one, and it runs twice a day. And so this is for any new customers who have not yet purchased with you. Or I am going to be inviting people who have only workshopped with me, because people who have workshopped with me and have not done anything else, it's probably because they just don't have time and they're too busy. And while they heard me say skillet meal, they don't actually process it. So this would be really great for those customers who are brand new to Wildtree or have only workshopped with you and are brand new, if that makes sense. And these, they can see every single day or every single evening. So it's super easy to get plugged into. And it kind of goes through very quickly our make fast, make fresh, make ahead, make anytime. And the thing that I love about this one is that it gives them specific things to purchase, and it directs them to the app to do it. So the idea behind the product webinar is that they get an idea of what we have. We give them specific things to purchase, and they do it all through their app, which means the only thing you have to do as a representative is get them on the webinar. And the way that you do that is through some of the scripts that Maria talked about, which we can do on text, Facebook message, or email, and you'll have access to those. And you, as the representative, are going to register your guests for it. So I'll just show you kind of what that looks like here. So when you click on that link, it's going to bring you to the product webinar. And you can see they can watch yesterday's replay now, but then we have all of these times as well. When you click register now, all you need from your guests is the date and the session that they'd like to attend, along with their name and email address. So if I want to sign up for this evening's product webinar, I can just sign up for the date, select the session, and then I'm good to go. And the reason that we suggest that you sign your customers up yourself is because it's going to be like the shake where they're like, oh yeah, I'm going to buy it. And then you check and you're like, I ain't bought it yet. Oh yeah, I forgot, I'm gonna buy it. They didn't buy it yet. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Totally meant to do that, but I got stuck in my blah, blah, blah. Still not done. Okay, so if you want people to get this, you have to do it for them. But it's very simple. Again, name, email address, day and time. If they don't get on live, who cares? They're gonna get sent a recording. And we give you the scripts to kind of follow up with them. Hey, Abby, hope you enjoy the webinar that I registered for you today and that you find some ways to make eating easy. Done. Once the webinars happen, hey, Abby, I just wanted to check and see how you liked that webinar and if there was any questions that you had. Okay, so all you have to do is just register them and follow up with them. That's it.
Yeah, and you guys notice that you aren't doing any selling. You're not like, oh my gosh, you need to buy the skillet meal and this mojo sauce and this 10-minute prep bundle and this freezer meal workshop and look at the shakes and blah, blah, blah. You don't have to do any of that. All you do is say, can you take a few minutes to watch a little bit more about how to make eating easier? Sure. Mm-hmm. Okay, great. I'm going to sign you up. Boom, boom, boom. Get them signed up. Boom. Follow up with them. We do the selling for you in the webinar. So you just have to get them signed up for the webinar, which takes 30 seconds.
Yep. Exactly. And then each month we're going to switch the educational webinar is what it's called. So this month we're continuing with the shake, and those happen on Thursday and Friday. And so this month this week it'll be the shake. And then next month it'll be a new topic. Next month it'll be a new topic. And each time we're also going to have on the emails a log of the other product webinars, or educational webinars. So if this next month is about grapeseed oil and coconut oil, it'll have a link under the email that says, if you missed last month's shake product information, click here to view it. So we'll always give you the option of going back to previous ones. But it's a way to plug in those people who want more. It's a way to plug in people and give them added value to what we do. So these will not just be product driven, they'll also be solution driven. So one month it might go more into like the make fast options. Sometimes it might go more into how to menu plan with the app. It might be continued use of the app and tips and tricks in the app. So it is going to be for existing customers that's either product driven or solution driven. And those, again, happen on Thursday and Friday. And then last but not least, we have our opportunity webinar, and they happen every day, again, middle of the day or end of the day. And it's all about learning about our income opportunity. So that's sort of this cycle that we think is the best way for you to go. New rep, product, education, and then opportunity. It's really good to have an idea of what these are like before you start plugging people into them. And you'll kind of get an idea of the email sequence as well. The cool thing is that we all new reps get emails leading up to the webinar and then after. So the training for your new reps comes before, during the webinar, and then even after. So we're taking things off of your plate as a leader who has a team so that you don't have to do all of the training. So this is a huge thing to help you increase your team members and recruit more, because we're taking things off your plate to leave room for more income producing activities. And so that, even in the product webinar, it tells them, here's how you download the app, watch the webinar. Here's a list of all those things we talked about and instructions to go buy. Hey, did you go buy? No? Do this. Hey, did you buy? No? Go do this. In a nice way, not in like, buy. Okay, we did it really tactfully and really solution driven. Same thing with the education and the opportunity. They're all very tactfully done. They're not salesy. They're not pushy. They have a lot of value and education and knowledge with them as well. So that's the cycle and sort of the gist of how that works. So in the webinar details, times, and links that you can see here, you can click on each one of those and you can register for each of the webinars as you see fit. So,
Brooke, wait, will you go back and show them the words to invite? Like, just click on that link.
Yeah, so there is in here, I actually linked it, so you can actually click here. Now it's going to look a little different for you because I have edit access. So when you click there, it'll take you to this, how to invite to webinars and follow up, but you'll also see in the master folder, that document's right here. Okay, so it's linked in there. So we kind of did two different ways to invite. One is kind of a generic message. Some people feel drawn to this because of the way that it's worded, whereas some other people find that it's a little bit better to be more specific. So we tried to reach all of the biologies whenever we came up with the messages to reach out. And obviously you want to talk how you talk. So there's a generic message, and then there's also a little bit more specific as well as a follow-up message for the sales or what we call the product webinar. Okay. And then the opportunity webinar, again, generic message, words for inviting one-on-one. We even gave for the educational webinar a post that you could use to share the Shake webinar, and then a text message. So and you'll see that following up, those are things that we're working on as well as coming up with those. But in general, it's very similar to how you would host coach. It's very similar to how you would talk to people about any other parts of our business. We're just trying to kind of make it a little easier for you and giving you some words to invite.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Brooke.
Yeah, no problem.
What questions do we have now, just from everybody that's already on, about the webinar? So I'm going to take it one step further and then give you guys your action items. Kendra, I know you're, on your way to another appointment. Clearly,
Yeah.
you work full time and do Wildtree and do really well. Does this feel good to you? Are you excited?
I can see using this some. I lean a little more towards having that face-to-face contact with people. I'm not very good over the phone. I feel like that's a challenge for me, which this isn't over the phone, but it feels like there's a little bit of a disconnect, but I totally am excited about trying to use that because of my scheduling.
Right.
Something else that I have put off is creating a customer page on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm realizing now that I probably really need to do that because it's just a way to kind of keep my feelers out there and keep in touch with people.
Yeah.
I'm just not one of those people that posts something every day, even on my own personal page. But those are just some of the hurdles that I'm trying to work through and grow as a person so that, I can try to make a go of this. So yeah, I'm definitely excited about trying something new.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's great. And I think that you'll realize quickly that you've got a lot of warm leads already for plugging people into the webinars. You probably can think of some people who were interested in joining us here, or people that really were excited about Wildtree but never really bought anything from you, or people that were excited to hear about the shakes but they still haven't. So it's just a quick, easy way for you to not have to sell to them,
Yes.
but plug them into a webinar.
Yes.
Because we know you're so busy. And so I think that too, always remembering that your Facebook friends are always warm leads because you know them somehow. So they are not a name in a phone book.
Right.
But rather you know them even if it's from elementary school, you still know that person.
Right.
So they could really use you don't know until you ask, but they could use Wildtree in their life and you don't know until they ask, which is, I think it just feels good knowing that there's words for you that are working for other representatives.
Mm-hmm.
And knowing that even if that elementary school friend never messages you back, it's not because they don't like you.
Right.
It's because they just don't have room for that in their brain that day. They missed the message or whatever, but that, you just have to let that go a little bit. And there's nothing to lose because you never have seen that person in 20 years anyway. So
Right. Well, the other
really,
thing
what
that
do you
I
have to
really-
lose?
yeah, the other thing that I really like is the educational portion of, sometimes I feel like I'm still kind of groping with trying to explain what Wildtree is because
Right.
it's new to this area and everyone has the mindset of HelloFresh or Blue Apron, and so I'm constantly trying to educate that way, in that respect. So to have access and a resource where I can funnel people towards those educational videos where it's going to really give them 10 or 15 minutes of what it's all about, what is the shake all about, what is Wildtree all about.
Exactly.
And then if they have questions, then I can always follow up with that too. So
For sure.
yeah, so I think it's I am just amazed at all the work that you guys have put into this.
Oh, thank you. No, I'm excited for you to try it and use it. That's the key, is to go out and take advantage of everything we've given you.
And I think Kendra brought up a good point, Maria, too, is that she likes the face-to-face. And
Right.
Maria and I have had this conversation several times. I'm better live. I'm always going to be better live. I can read a room and kind of do better when I'm live. And so the thing that I like is that I love doing workshops, and I never gonna stop doing them because I want to get out of my house. I want to have a beverage with adults, and I like being there to help in person. So for me, I will still always do workshops, but this is going to be like for the month of May when I literally have 3 open dates to potentially host. Do you know what I mean? And so it'll really kind of backfill for me when I can't do those things. So I like that Kendra brought up, that she likes to do things better in person. But this will be just an added bonus for
Yes.
those people who maybe don't party, or for whenever you don't have the time to put in a workshop.
Yeah, or for people that just live completely out of your area. I mean, this can reach coast to coast, where typically workshops and tastings only can work in, a 100-mile radius. And, of course we can do the out of town thing, but the reaching everybody in your entire circle of coast to coast, this is really how you can do that and really help people menu plan with Wildtree. So that's one thing I'm really excited about. But one thing I want to make sure I left you with was, I think that a lot of people feel like Kendra, in that I'm glad she was really vulnerable and shared that she didn't know if she felt comfortable. She's like more comfortable face to face. She wasn't comfortable with maybe reaching out to people on Facebook and sharing either the shakes or meal planning solutions. So, and I was the same way. I definitely had to learn something new, kind of get over myself, get out of my own way, and realize that I was missing the boat if I wasn't going to share coast to coast and only stick to my party model, which I love. And I'm like, Brooke, I'll never give up. But once I broke free from those chains and those boundaries, I realized all the potential I've been missing, and I'm helping more and more and more people by reaching out online and then using words that don't feel spammy or bad or salesy, and my business is really rocking and rolling in that way. So we've created a group for everybody to join, where we're going to basically teach you this new sales model. Again, in addition to the parties, if that's something that you like and have time to do. So this is like an additional training piece. The group is going to focus on shakes, but also on all of those app orders, plugging people into the webinars, just like we talked about today, so that you can kind of encompass everything that is the online beast of online selling in a really positive, easy flow chart kind of way. So we really encourage you to join this group. It's called Shakes Anonymous. And while the Shakes Anonymous is the title, we liked that title because we'll explain more when you join the group. But the anonymous part was just like, how there's like always a 12-step plan, and it's just going to be really great training from top directors in the company. And so that you're not just like thrown this, how to invite verbiage, and then you don't really get that one-on-one training. This is one-on-one training with a lot of directors and leaders in the company, so that you feel really comfortable inviting to the webinars and sharing Wildtree online. And so your action steps are to, 1, tell your leader if you're excited about the Shakes Anonymous group and you'd like to join and see what that's all about. And 2, watch the webinars we just talked about. Just watch them. We're not telling you to go share them right now. Watch them. Let your leader know you watched them. Let us know what you're excited about, and we'll totally take it from there. Does that sound good, everyone? And doable? I think that's doable. What about you, Kendra?